Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. For the realtors out there, I really admire the work ethic of my family and friends who are realtors. And it's an important job. It's a 24/7 job, and you're the first line of hospitality for the communities you serve. So thank you for your role.
Is that mic on?
Oh,
I'm not sure
yeah,
it
it's
is.
green. Can you hear me?
Oh, 1 second. We're gonna have technical assistance come
no,
up.
it's not on.
Oh, actually, thank you. Good point. As we deal with that, let me give you my mic.
I moved to Silver Spring almost 25 years ago from the West Coast, working for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I'm a native Floridian, but my husband and I would not consider raising our children anywhere other than Montgomery County. For the wealth of opportunities here, from youth orchestras to sports teams to robotics teams. I remember when I first saw It's Academic on television, and I mean, growing up in Florida, we didn't even have Brain Bowl, much less Brain Bowl on television. So that was a really neat thing for me to see. I transitioned into the private sector and have worked there for 20 years as a partner in a couple different consulting firms, helping clients with the financial aspects of intellectual property. And after many years of involvement in my neighborhood association, my kids' schools' PTAs, my church, citizens advisory committees, and not-for-profit boards, I'm a first-time candidate for public office. And I'm running because I feel strongly that politics should be about making public policy rather than waging war. I think that it's time for a change in our county in terms of the voices we hear, and obviously the voters agree based on the result of the term limit measure that passed last election. My main focus as a candidate is a strong move forward on economic development. For too long, Montgomery County has been perceived as being unfriendly in terms of its business climate, but we see now a renewed sense of importance on economic development, and it's not just because Discovery is consolidating its facilities in New York, and it's not just because Amazon put us on the short list for their headquarters, although hooray that we made the short list, woo! It's because the pains we take as a county to ensure that infrastructure is in place for our residents in terms of transit, in terms of schools, and in terms of housing. None of that matters if we don't have jobs. And the focus has to be on private sector jobs. So I'll close with a quote. "Business must not be seen as an afterthought. The county must wholeheartedly embrace the success of the private sector." Now, this isn't a quote from a book that I picked up from the airport in the business section of the bookstore. This is actually a quote from the Countywide Comprehensive Economic Strategy, which was published in November of 2016. So we already have the seeds planted, the framework in place. We need to move forward on economic development in Montgomery County. Thank you.